Honey, I'm going to tell you something. You can believe it or not, but it's the truth.
The service is rendered beyond the whatever it is of duty, darling.
Is it wrong for a woman to tell a man that she's in love?
The biggest stars in Hollywood frequently kept their worst problems hidden. We are still enthralled by their untold tales, which range from Grace Kelly's royal tragedy to Marilyn Monroe's unexplained death. The hidden realities behind the spotlight are exposed by these and numerous other icons. Come explore 25 things we discovered about actresses only after their death. Britney Murphy, who was born in 1977, enchanted viewers with her parts in 8 Mile and Clueless. She exuded a distinct energy and demonstrated a talent for both comedy and drama, but her life was anything but ideal.
Stomach! Why don't you just take my gun? Take my gun and shoot me in the head with the tramp! I wish that you were never born!
Murphy struggled with body image and the demanding nature of celebrity. She wed Simon Monjack, who caused controversy with his behavior. In 2009, Murphy tragically died at the age of 32. Drug use, anemia, and pneumonia all contributed to her demise. Her husband later passed away in an odd way as well. This made Murphy's last years even more mysterious. Her narrative emphasizes the harsh demands of Hollywood and the transience of celebrity life. Born Norma Jean Mortensen in Los Angeles in 1926, Marilyn Monroe rose to fame in the film industry. She starred in well-known films such as Some Like It Hot. She did not, however, lead a glamorous life. Monroe had a difficult upbringing, spending time in foster homes. Her personal problems followed her everywhere, even in spite of her success. She had unhappy marriages to playwright Arthur Miller and baseball star Joe DiMaggio.
If you had a daughter, wouldn't you rather she didn't marry a poor man?
But I was...
You'd want her to have the most wonderful things in the world and to be very happy.
Monroe struggled with substance abuse, anxiety, and depression. She was tragically discovered dead at the age of 36 in 1962, apparently from a barbiturate overdose. Surprising facts about her life surfaced after her death. Monroe had connections to well-known people. The FBI even maintained a file on her. These disclosures made her already well-known story even more mysterious. Marilyn Monroe is still a representation of the glitz and gloom of Hollywood. Let's then examine how Judy Garland's extraordinary talent paralleled her hardships throughout her life. The King of Hollywood, Clark Gable, starred in such classics as Gone with the Wind. He became a movie legend due to his tough charm. Gable passed away from a heart attack in 1960 at the age of 59.
I assume that Look. All I want is $39.60. And if you give me a check for it, I'll get out of this joint. It gives me the jitters.
It was discovered after his passing that he had an affair with actress Loretta Young and had an illegitimate daughter, Judy Lewis. Even Judy was unaware of this secret for many years. Fans were taken aback by these disclosures, which also revealed the complexity of Gable's private life behind her polished public persona. His story serves as a reminder of Hollywood's hidden realities, even though he is best known for his iconic roles. Actor Montgomery Clift was well known for his roles in From Here to Eternity and A Place in the Sun. His powerful performances and depth of emotion revolutionized how men are portrayed in Hollywood. In 1966, Clift passed away at the age of 45 from a heart attack. Following his passing, details regarding his battles with addiction and sexual orientation came to light.
That's what I thought you said. Hey, man, that's fine. That's just fine.
He suffered from emotional and physical scars from a near-fatal car accident in 1957, which led to struggles with alcohol and prescription drugs. These posthumous revelations exposed the inner suffering that underpinned his creative genius. Clift left behind a legacy of innovative skill and fortitude in the face of overwhelming adversity. Bela Lugosi became a horror icon by bringing Count Dracula to life. For generations, the character was defined by his performance in 1931. Lugosi passed away from a heart attack in 1956 at the age of 73. A heartwarming secret surfaced after his passing.
I have chartered a ship to take us to England. We will be leaving tomorrow.
He was interred wearing his Dracula cape. His family's sincere choice demonstrated how much he related to the role. This detail, which demonstrated the character's significant influence on his life and career, touched fans. Because of his iconic portrayal of Dracula, Lugosi will always be remembered for his commitment to his craft. Enter the Dragon is what made martial arts icon Bruce Lee famous. Action movies were revolutionized by his strong performances and philosophy. Lee sadly passed away in 1973 at the age of 32 from cerebral edema, which was formally attributed to a drug allergy.
I said emotional content, not anger. Now try again, with me.
Fans were kept interested by the theories that surfaced after his death, which ranged from heat stroke to overhydration. Lee's battles against racism in Hollywood also received a lot of attention. Although his sudden passing left an unsolved mystery, his legacy as a pioneer in martial arts and filmmaking is unrivaled. What eerie legacy did a tragic on-set accident leave behind in Hollywood? Bruce Lee's son, Brandon Lee, was making a name for himself in Hollywood thanks to his performance in The Crow. He passed away at the age of 28 in a terrible on-set accident while filming in 1993. A fatal injury resulted from a piece of a dummy bullet.
You killed them. On Halloween? Yeah, man. Okay, Halloween, yeah. Some dude, some bitch, whatever, man.
Found inside a gun loaded with blanks. Following his passing, inquiries uncovered safety violations on the set, which resulted in modifications to the way firearms are handled in movies. The risks of filmmaking and the significance of following the right procedures were brought to light by Brandon's story. The Crow, a movie that became a cult classic, is one example of his legacy. Born Vicki Lynn Hogan in 1967, Anna Nicole Smith rose to fame as an actress and Playboy model. She became a cultural icon because of her beauty and charm. She had a very dramatic life. Smith wed J. Howard Marshall, an oil magnate who was several decades her senior. Following his passing, the news was dominated by a court battle over his wealth. Her battle with addiction started following cosmetic procedures.
Would you like a dance?
Oh, yeah. Do I have to get up?
Don't worry.
Smith died of a prescription drug overdose in 2007 at the age of 39. Her grief was exacerbated by the death of her son months earlier. The tragic and glamorous aspects of Anna Nicole Smith's life illustrate the harsh realities of celebrity. Born in 1927, Barbara Payton had a promising career to begin.
Hey.
Are we all saved?
Sure.
Not me.
She co-starred with James Cagney in Kiss Tomorrow Goodbye and is well known for her talent and stunning beauty. She was one of the most promising actresses of her era when her career first took off. But there was a lot of scandal in Payton's private life. A violent altercation between her and actors Franchot Tone and Tom Neal made headlines, and her relationships with them became public spectacles. Her career took a nosedive as her problems grew. In her later years, Payton battled homelessness, addiction, and unstable finances. She died of liver and heart failure in 1967 at the age of 39. The life of Barbara Payton serves as a sobering reminder of how swiftly celebrity can wane and serves as a warning about the darker side of Hollywood. Beautiful actress Jean Tierney is well known for her roles in Leave Her to Heaven and Laura. She was a leading lady in the 1940s due to her talent and beauty.
Who told you his name?
Glenn Roby.
How did he happen to tell you?
At the age of 70, Tierney died of emphysema in 1991. Her autobiography, written after her death, detailed her struggles with anxiety and depression. After her marriage ended, she had a breakdown and received contentious electroconvulsive treatment. These specifics revealed the inner turmoil that lies beneath her glitzy exterior. Fans are reminded of the human side of Hollywood's biggest stars by Tierney's story, which is a testament to perseverance. With his eerie portrayal of Norman Bates in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho,
for the judgment day, the sun is shining, come on, get happy, girl, the Lord is waiting to take your hand, shout hallelujah.
Anthony Perkins created Hollywood history. His terrifying performance solidified his reputation as a horror movie legend and became one of the most recognizable roles in cinema history. At the age of 60, Perkins died of pneumonia brought on by AIDS in 1992. Perkins lived as a closeted gay man, concealing his sexual orientation and AIDS diagnosis out of fear of social condemnation, as the world learned after his death. These disclosures brought to light the extreme stigma that LGBTQ+ people in Hollywood were subjected to at the time. Perkins became a symbol of bravery and resiliency in the face of hardship after his story revealed the personal hardships that led to his notoriety. With his iconic roles in movies like The Dark Knight and Brokeback Mountain, Heath Ledger enthralled audiences.
These cops and lawyers wouldn't dare cross any of you.
He received an Academy Award and posthumous praise for his redefining portrayal of the Joker. Ledger tragically died in 2008 at the age of 28 from an unintentional prescription drug overdose. It became clear after his passing how devoted he was to his roles, particularly the Joker. For weeks, Ledger confined himself to a hotel room while writing notes and sketches about the character in an eerie diary. The effects of his rigorous preparation were evident, even though family members later denied he was depressed. His legacy gained a significant depth when his story illuminated the psychological and emotional strain that actors endure. We then explore the most notorious and eye-opening details regarding the effects of fame on a well-liked actress. The original Superman, played by George Reeves, enchanted viewers in Adventures of Superman.
Well, look who's here again.
I told you I'd be back.
In the 1950s, he became well-known. Reeves was officially declared to have committed suicide when he was shot and died in 1959 at the age of 45. However, rumors of foul play surfaced after his death due to inconsistent evidence. Unresolved questions were brought up by witness accounts and forensic information. Reeves's heroic on-screen persona was overshadowed by the intrigue these mysteries brought to his life. His narrative emphasizes the demands of celebrity and the lasting effects of unanswered questions. Heddy Lamar was an inventor and Hollywood star who was born in 1914. She was praised for her beauty and acting prowess and was well known for films like Samson and Delilah. Lamar co-invented frequency-hopping technology to stop signal jamming during World War II. Her contributions paved the way for Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. For years, her contributions were ignored in spite of this. After Lamar's death in 2000, her legacy became even more powerful. She is regarded as a scientific trailblazer in addition to her Hollywood career. Generations are inspired by Heddy Lamar's story because of her creativity and intelligence. Born in Mexico in 1908 as Maria Guadalupe Villalobos Vélez, Lupe Vees was a singer and actress who wowed Hollywood with her fiery personality. Vélez, dubbed the Mexican Spitfire, moved fluidly from silent to talky cinema, enthralling viewers with films such as The Gaucho and the Mexican Spitfire television series. Vélez's intense personality carried over into her private life, where she was involved in contentious public disputes and dramatic relationships. She battled personal heartbreak and the demands of celebrity despite her success. Her career was frequently overshadowed by her love life, which included a turbulent affair with actor Gary Cooper. Vélez tragically died in 1944 at the age of 36, allegedly with flowers and candles surrounding her. Her unexpected passing stunned Hollywood and raised awareness of the difficulties faced by women in the field. Remembered for her charisma and innovative work, Lupe Vees continues to be a pioneer for Latina actresses. Born in 1919 in Wisconsin, Carol Landis became well known as a glitzy singer and actress in the 1940s. She rose to fame thanks to her performance in 1 Million BC, which highlighted her talent and beauty. She was known as the Ping Girl because she frequently starred as a supporting character in more than 50 movies. Landis battled depression and difficult relationships in spite of her success. During World War II, she contracted malaria while entertaining troops, which led to a decline in her health.
can you be so suspicious? And I was just looking for you to ask you to go to bargaining with me.
Oh, Brad, were you really?
She experienced ongoing personal and professional setbacks that had a significant impact on her. Landis was discovered dead from a barbiturate overdose in 1948 at the age of just 29. Her admirers and co-workers were shocked when it was determined that she committed suicide. The story of Carol Landis illustrates the tremendous demands of celebrity and the toll it can have on an individual. Her contributions to movies and her tragic premature death are what people remember about her. The ultimate swashbuckler in Hollywood, Errol Flynn is best known for his roles in Captain Blood and The Adventures of Robin Hood. An era of action movies was defined by his audacious charm. Flynn passed away from a heart attack in 1959 at the age of 50. Fans were shocked by claims of his alleged connections to the Nazi Party.
Out on the blue Pacific with a cruiser of the fleet, hopping over the side for me Saturday dip. Go on.
And relationships with underage girls after his death. These disclosures presented a troubling picture of his personal life and ran counter to his heroic on-screen persona. We are reminded by Flynn's story that deeper truths are frequently concealed by fame. Even though his reputation as an action star lives on, his scandals still spark discussion. Would a martial arts legend's unexplained death ever put an end to his unstoppable legacy? One of the most gifted actors of his time, Philip Seymour Hoffman was well known for his parts in The Master and Capote. He won an Oscar and received praise from critics for his ability to give nuance to complicated characters. Hoffman passed away tragically from a drug overdose in 2014 at the age of 46. Following years of sobriety, Hoffman's relapse into addiction was made public after his death.
NYU, and the director of the film, Bennett Miller, I went to college with, and the writer I also...
Fans who respected his professionalism and talent were shocked to learn of the severity of his substance abuse issues. Hoffman's death brought attention to the frequently disregarded issues of addiction and mental health in Hollywood. He left behind a legacy of amazing artistic ability, combined with a sobering reminder of the frailties that lie beneath the celebrity. Paul Walker's portrayal of Brian O'Connor in the Fast and Furious film series made him an action star. His fans were won over by his laid-back charm and passion for exhilarating adventures. Walker tragically lost his life at the age of 40 in a car accident in 2013. Fans discovered his extensive philanthropic involvement after his death.
I'm a car junkie.
You have to go to Germany because there is no speed limit on the highway.
Walker quietly provided funding for a number of charitable endeavors and co-founded a disaster relief organization. These deeds of generosity, which were mostly unheard of during his lifetime, demonstrated his sincere wish to assist others. Fans all across the world are inspired by Walker's legacy of heart and humanity, which extends beyond the action-packed movies. Without his tragic death, might the greatest secret of the King of Hollywood have remained a secret forever. Born Ingrid Stensland in 1934 in Stockholm, Sweden, Inger Stevens was a talented actress who rose to fame in movies and television. She won a Golden Globe for her breakthrough performance in The Farmer's Daughter, and her roles in The Twilight Zone demonstrated her range. However, Stevens faced personal difficulties and emotional upheaval. She frequently had tense relationships with well-known men, and in 1959 she attempted suicide. She had a successful career, but loneliness characterized her personal life.
Well, I don't feel any heat in this hand with Bell.
There's nothing in Bell to cause heat. There's no detergent burn to hands.
Stevens passed away from an overdose after being discovered unconscious in her Hollywood Hills residence in 1970. Her age was 35. Her life was made more mysterious by her covert marriage to actor Ike Jones. The tale of Inger Stevens captures the genius and unseen suffering of Hollywood celebrities. Because of her skill and her sad demise, she is still adored. This is the sad story of a child star who passed away too soon. David Carradine's roles in Kill Bill and Kung Fu made him a cult favorite. He became a martial arts film icon as a result of his performances. Carradine passed away in 2009 at the age of 72 and was discovered inexplicably in a hotel in Bangkok.
So when I went into the interview, I had a shaved head.
Actually, I had a shaved head that had grown out for a week or two.
Investigations revealed that he may have died accidentally from autoerotic asphyxiation after being initially convicted of suicide. Fans were taken aback by this startling disclosure, which also sparked speculation about his personal life. Carradine's skill and contributions to cinema continue to be a major part of his legacy in spite of the controversy. His tale serves as a reminder of how complicated public personas can be. Born Lucille Fay LeSueur in 1906, Joan Crawford came from humble beginnings to become a Hollywood star. She won an Academy Award for her performance in Mildred Pierce. Although she was well known for her grace on screen, she had a complicated personal life. Crawford married 4 times and had adopted kids. In her shocking book, Mommy Dearest, her daughter Christina accused Crawford of abuse. There were highs and lows in Crawford's life.
Good.
Really?
Yes.
Joan, there are thousands of things I want to ask you, and I don't quite know where to start, but first of all, I think we have to take glamour.
Despite being called box office poison at one point, she made a stunning recovery. Her later years were difficult and lonely despite her success. Joan Crawford left behind a legacy of tenacity, aspiration, and controversy. Discover how scandal and tragedy characterized Anna Nicole Smith's rise from humble beginnings to international renown. Dorothy Dandridge was a groundbreaking singer and actress who was born in 1922. She became the first African-American woman to be nominated for an Academy Award for her breakthrough performance in Carmen Jones. She became a Hollywood icon with her strong and enthralling performance. But Dandridge had to deal with a lot of racism and few opportunities in the entertainment business. She had trouble finding roles that matched her potential despite her talent. Her personal life was equally difficult. A large portion of her later years were characterized by turbulent marriages and financial difficulties. Dandridge died of an overdose in 1965 when he was 42 years old. Her life is made more mysterious by the fact that the circumstances surrounding her death are still unknown. New generations are inspired by Dorothy Dandridge's legacy as a trailblazing actress and cultural icon, which emphasizes her resilience in the face of hardship. We will now examine the life of Hollywood actress Barbara Payton, whose personal issues resulted in tragedy. The songs Stand By Me and My Own Private Idaho made River Phoenix a rising star. He was one of the most promising actors of his generation due to his talent. Phoenix tragically passed away from a drug overdose outside of the Viper Room nightclub in 1993 at the age of 23. Fans who thought of him as a clean-cut icon were shocked to learn about the depth of his addiction issues after his death. Discussions regarding substance abuse in Hollywood were triggered by these revelations. River's brief but significant career has left a legacy of outstanding performances that continue to inspire. Despite enduring unbearable personal struggles, our next big star left a legacy of perseverance. Famous for Breakfast at Tiffany's and Roman Holiday, Audrey Hepburn was a cherished celebrity. She captivated audiences all over the world by embodying elegance and grace. Hepburn died of cancer in 1993 at the age of 63.
Vous êtes trop gentil, merci.
Est-ce que c'est parce que vous êtes né à Bruxelles?
J'espère que c'est la raison, oui.
She worked with the Dutch resistance as a teenager in Nazi-occupied Holland. It was discovered after her death. She risked her life to deliver messages and assist in hiding refugees. Fans were astounded by this little-known aspect of her life, which demonstrated her courage and empathy outside of the movie industry. Hepburn left behind a legacy of talent, beauty, and unflinching bravery. What was the source of this movie icon's hauntingly realistic performances?